What's up, Spectators? What if back at it again with another video on this is what if Naruto was Obito's brother part 2. And look at the thumbnail. That's saucy. But I did not make this thumbnail. I want to get to where I can make thumbnails by my own, but I will put up the this person's channel right now. This is the YouTuber. This is the person who made my thumbnail. Go check out her channel out, subscribe to it, and as you can see, she's way bigger, or he, or whatever his name is, way bigger than me. 932 son, that's crazy. But anyways, let's get into the video. So we left off where, like, I'm pretty sure, I'm actually trying to still think of it. Where did we leave off? We left off where we were talking to, what's the name about? Hold up. Bro, I can't remember. Hold up. No, I actually remember now, and we were talking about the Nine Tails attack. So, Minato in conclusion had a kid, and no, Naruto is not their kid because he's Obito's brother. And y'all might think, what does that have to do with it? Obito is a Uchiha, and plus I don't want to change that because I don't want to change it, okay? But anyway, somebody wanted me to take Naruto to the dark path, and I don't even know if that's going to happen because, and there's Obi, like, Rin is not on the team, so he doesn't have that same, lovey-dovey thing for her or whatever. So, yeah, so even if he, and plus, Kakashi is not on the team, so, like, whoever kills her is, like, he probably won't even know or care. I would just say he, like, in the academy, he really didn't pay much attention to Ren because, he paid a lot of attention to Naruto because that was his brother. And yeah, so the Nine Tails attack happened. Minato shielded into their son, and Naruto. Yes, he does not have the Nine Tails, but he will have a Tails. And it's going to kind of surprise you. I want him to have a Tails because, like, I kind of don't want to switch the whole thing up for him not having a Tails. And plus, Uchiha plus some type of tail beast is OP. You already know. And I kind of want to change it up, so, But anyways, after that, we skip everything. Naruto Roman, and yes, there is going to be a ship. There is going to be a ship, but the ship is not like it's not like a person from the anime. It's a person that I made up. And, yeah. Well, whatever. But you guys in the comments will have to name her because I'm not that good with names. I could show you a picture, but I'll show you a picture when she actually has a role. So I'm pretty sure the tuning exams already happened. No, wait, did I make them do the tuning exams? I don't think I made them do the tuning exams. No, I don't think I actually did. Oh yeah, I think I ended it off early because, I usually have a habit of time skipping. So the what ifs are a lot shorter. But that habit will end. It will end. It's not going to be like 300 episodes. Yo, bro. This guy named Anime King, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't know how he does it, but this man makes like 35 long what ifs, like, what? Like, them boys be long, no cap. That sounds weird, but who cares? I don't think he did the tuning exams, and if he already did do the tuning exams, if I said that, Well, do not take that back. He didn't do the training exams. Oof. Everybody in the comments right now. Oof. But okay, so the tuning exams are about to start, but Kakashi disappears. No, Minato disappears. Wait, no, I'm so slow. I'm literally just watching Naruto right now. I'm watching Naruto. I'm rewatching Naruto right now. Yeah, I think I'm Captain.
Dancing.
Yep. Y'all heard it.
Weak shadow.
Hee. But anyways, I bet y'all can't guess what episode this is. If you can guess what episode this is, you're like a god, bro. I'm just gonna say this is from season 1, like the kid version, season 1. Yeah, but anyways. So the training exams are about to happen. Minato tells them about him the next day, but he says that they will be happening in a later date because of the Nine-Tails attack, that the village needs to recover from it, as he says, and it's going to come up in a week or so. So we time skip a week later, as then the training exams is coming up. As the training exams is today, as Naruto is pumped, him and Obito were training like crazy. As then we go into as then they encounter, and I'm gonna say like Naruto, he still has that like bond with Konohamaru or whatever, and I'm gonna still say that whatever happens, he still has that like bond with Konohamaru or whatever, but it's much different because he's like a different person. So yeah. Oh yeah, Konohamaru wasn't around at this time because I placed it in the timeline where Kakashi and them were kids. So I'm gonna have to think. Actually, I'm gonna just say Konohamaru was alive during this timeline. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna say he was born during this timeline. So yeah, bro. Never mind. No, everything I just said. Never mind. So they about to start the training exams, and then I'm gonna say Lee. I mean not Lee. Oh my God, guy shows up and says, "Hey," it's like the Lee as he says, "Hey." Oh no, never mind. You know the little door thing, the little genjutsu that the little staff or whatever, or the little or the what's her name spit up. They were like that. As then Naruto's like, "Hey Obito, we can tell this is a genjutsu, can't we?" As Obito was like, "Yeah, this is the hardest. This is the most easiest genjutsu to see." As Kakashi says, "This is a genjutsu, guys." As they were like, "But they were like, you haven't realized, Kakashi?" As Kakashi is like, "No, I did not realize this was a genjutsu." He said, "We're only on the second floor. We're only on the second floor." He says, "We're only on the second floor." As then everybody was like, "What? No, this is the third floor." They said, "Look at it." And then they said, "Release the genjutsu." Then they released the genjutsu, and then the three turned back into a two. And then go whatever. And then they were like, "Yeah, they started singing with kids." As then like they do the test, the little written exam, as Obito and Naruto and Kakashi pass, obviously. And all of my what ifs, they gotta pass. So alright, so Obito, Naruto, and Kakashi pass. Then after they pass, so when they after they pass that, it's the, it's a Uzi Vert. I'm playing. As they as they, as then the fights come up. As I'm gonna only say a couple fights because I actually don't know that many people from this. So, oh yeah, and Naruto meets this girl in this. This is from Gaara's dad's team or whatever. I'm gonna just say Gaara's dad is not gonna die, but Naruto is placed in the timeline of when Kakashi and Obito were still kids. So Gaara's dad comes or whatever. As they still have that like little interaction that they had, but it's no little kid that got bumped, or it's not like a kind of Konohamaru. But they still talk or whatever. And this girl, she's a blondie, by the way, to replace Tamari. Haha. as this girl like looks at Naruto and kind of likes him as well. She thinks he's cute or whatever. Yeah, I hate saying that word. But anyways, then the fights commence as it's Almighty Guy versus Naruto. As the fight commences, as Guy is like, "Ha! I will beat you. You can never beat the power of youth." As then Naruto says, "Yeah, speak about the youth. I think you can never be the power of the shinobi." And then he says, "No, youth." As then he says, "Yeah." And then they rush at each other. As Naruto hits him with a blow, it doesn't hurt that much to the guy, but it doesn't hurt Naruto's pain or anything. As then Guy sends a kick at Naruto. As Naruto blocks this, then punches him, making him hit a wall. As the Guy is like, "Wow, you are really strong, but you can never beat the power of youth." As then he runs at Naruto, kicking him. As Naruto, he just gets hit by this. As then he says, "Shadow Clone Jutsu." And I was like, as the Shadow Clones ran at him, as then they all acted they say fireball jutsu. I think they do the hand signs or whatever, sending fireballs at him. And by the way, it's like 5 shadow clones, so it's like 5 different fires being shot at him. Yo, why is she throwing this ball? Like, I don't. But anyway, the ball. Then he says, you can never beat the power of youth. As then he does some like spins, sending the fire. It didn't do nothing, but it sent the fire a little bit back at Naruto. But the fire still comes in contact with Guy, as Guy says, "Ow, that hurts. But you know what? I can still beat you." As she says, "In a taijutsu battle, in a ninjutsu. But I do not like to use ninjutsu. So how about a taijutsu battle?" As Naruto says, "I cannot promise you that. But yeah." As then they go in the taijutsu battle, start fighting. As Naruto throws a punch, as Guy blocks this, as then he knees him in the rib. As Guy is like, "God." As then Naruto punches him in the face, making him going flying into the wall. As Gaara's dad sees this, like, this kid is impressive. He says, "This kid is impressive, but you know what? I can beat him." As he has like the same feeling as Gaara, but he's not like that, like, "I will kill you, I want to see blood" type person or whatever. As he's fighting him, as then Naruto says, "Taijutsu is boring. I like these ninjas, you know. As then he says, as then he says, as then this is a move that I made up, or it actually might be a move, as he says, fire style. Devastating fire. As then a whole bunch, like, as he does some hand signs, as then, like, a whole bunch of fire just shoots out of his mouth, I would say. And it's just like a whole bunch of it. As it's like really, really hot. As when the guy gets hit by this, it's so hot that he just passes out. As they declare Naruto as the winner. As I'm only gonna do Obito's fight after this. Who should Obito fight though? Itachi, possibly, but Itachi was really strong as when he was a kid. But who cares? Obito trains a lot, but Itachi might win the fight. So then commits the battle, but they both start off with a fireball jutsu, and then they run at each other with a punch. And then Itachi goes like super fast mode with his punches, hitting like he goes like Super Saiyan and just starts boom, 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 boom. Like he just goes insane speed, starts hitting Obito. As Naruto's like, dang it, Obito. This Itachi guy is really strong. As he was like, I can probably beat him though. Even though my brother is older than me, we still train together. But right now, I'm far stronger than my brother. But this guy, he's strong. Way too strong. And then he's like, but I can. He's like, I face down my brother. As then Obito falls to the ground. As he doesn't get knocked out. As he's on his knees. As he blasts up, punching Itachi, blowing him back into the wall. As Ren is on Obito, is on Itachi's team, I would say. As she's like Itachi. As then Obito sings. He goes in a super fast speed, like doing what Itachi did to him. As Itachi's like, you are strong, but can you beat me? As then he starts running at Obito. As then he jumps in the air, kicking Obito to the side, making him hit a wall. As Obito was like, no, I cannot lose. As he's screaming, as he's like, no, I cannot lose. As then he's like, as he's about to pass out. As then Naruto says, Obito, if you lose, as when Obito hears this, he got like a little bit of boost of motivation and got back up. He says, I'll do this for you, brother. As then Naruto says, you better. As then Obito runs at Itachi, but he's weak, as well as Itachi from the blows that what's the name hit. As then Obito punches him, sending him flying. As Itachi is like, there's no way I'll lose to him. As then they run at each other, but they're so exhausted that they both fall down at the same time, as making it a tie. So they're both Chunin now, I'm gonna say. And then, should I do Kakashi's battle? Yeah, I'm gonna just say Kakashi fights a random guy and wins. So like, yeah. As Kakashi, Kakashi, Obito, Naruto, and Itachi, all four of them are Chunin or Jonin level. As Naruto is getting really close to Hokage level, but he's not quite there. As then Minato says, "Good work, God." As he compliments Obito, Naruto, and Kakashi on winning their what's-names. As he was like, But Obito, we need to work on your skills. Even though you almost beat that, even though you still even though you tied. Itachi is really a really strong fighter, and I think he held back. Wait, huh? Hey, yo, huh? I'm on Netflix right now, and there actually is a Lava Boy and Lava Girl 2. What? Confusion? How? What? What is this? I'm watching this right after this, so I'll see you guys in an hour. I'm playing, but anyways, but anyways, what it So as Obito says, I'll work with my brother with it and Kakashi. As he says, actually no, Obito, you are okay. You are okay, but Itachi is a really skilled fighter. That's why you and Itachi are very skilled fighters. As he says, so I already have asked Itachi this, but you guys are off the charts. You guys are like very strong, as he says. So, do you guys want to be in the Ambu? As when they hear this, they're like, the Ambu? Do we want to be in the Ambu? As he says, yes. I already asked Itachi this, and I'm asking you three this. As Naruto's like, as then they all say yes. As then Inato is surprised to hear this because he didn't expect all three of them to say yes. And he was like, okay, tomorrow you'll be attending your first Ambu mission, so get ready. As then they say yes, yes sir. As he says, and then the next day, they somewhere. As then the next day they about to go on their mission. As Minato says, you have to Danzo is kinda up to some things, and we want you to investigate him. We don't know. He has been a little bit weird lately, and we want to know if he's doing anything fishy. Then I say, yes, sir. But he's probably, he's probably just doing something. He says he's probably, as Naruto says, but are you sure? Then he says, yes, I'm sure. Oh, yes, as he says. Okay. And then he says, go get moving. As then they investigate Donzo. As then Donzo's on the phone. As Donzo's talking to his Ambu members. As he says, hey, as he says, Ambu members. So, in about 10 years from now, you will have to eliminate the Uchiha clan because they are strong and I need their eyes. And she says, I need to achieve strongness. And you need to, when Minato's son is older, you need to take him out when he gets older. As they see him riding on something, as they say, when he leaves, we have to get that. As then the Ambu say, yes sir. As then they say any other things in Donzo. As then he says, no, that's all I need you to know. As then they were like, yes. As then Ambu leave. As one of them go near Naruto and Sasuke, not Sasuke, Naruto, Obito, and Kakashi. As when they see this, they like, we have this. We have this. As then Naruto says, I have a plan. Hey, me and Kakashi will go in there as Obito. You question this guy, as he is like, okay, brother. As then after this, Danzo leaves his room or whatever, his office. As Obito grabs the emblem member, as she says, we're going to the Hokage, and the Hokage will question you. And if you as he has his hand over the Umbo's mouth, as he's like, and if you try anything, you will be executed. As he says, you should have told the Hokage this. Why didn't you? As then he says, but I'm not asking questions now. I'll ask you the questions when we get to the Hokage's office. As then Danzo leaves his office, then Naruto and Kakashi hurry up and run in there, grabbing all the information they can. But then they hear Danzo coming back. As then they hurry up and dip. As then Obito was already gone to the Hokage's office. As then they go as well. As then they tell him all the information that he says. But do you have evidence of this? As they say, why don't you just trust us? And plus, yes, we do, but why don't you just trust us? As he says, well, I can never be sure. As they say, okay. As then they give him the information. As then Obito says, hey, can we question him? We need to know everything we can. As then he says, yeah, right after I read this papers. As he reads them, as he reads them all out, and it says, we will be trying to execute the Uchiha clan in 10 years. Also, we will be trying to execute or take Minato's son, as we would use him for power, as I would take all the Uchiha's eyes. As he says, and I'm gonna get Itachi to join my army so he can do it for me. And then Mento's like, huh, none of this is happening. And then he goes to Danzo. As then, never mind, he doesn't even go to Danzo's office yet. As then he questions the guy. As then the Ambu says, isn't that everything you need to know? As he's shaking, as he says, no, you need to tell us more. As he says, Danzo told us not to tell you, but we have to. As Danzo is planning to take over the Leaf Village, and he's working with the Stone Village. She says, he's doing this with power. And then he says, yes, Mr. Minnesota, as he says, you will have a second chance, but next time, if anything else happens like this, you will be executed. As he says, yes, as he's shaking crazily, he's just like, yes. And then he says, untie him, let him go. As then he says, you three, come on, we're going to Danzo's office. And then he goes to Danzo's office. And then Danzo's like, yes. Yeah. As then he says, come in. As then they come in. As then he says, yes, Lord. Fourth. As then he says, you will be executing for trying, for trying, for for being a traitor and trying to execute the Uchiha clan and my son. As he says, my son makes me very angry, but the Uchiha clan also makes me more angry. Oh, and the thing that makes me angriest is that you're a traitor. You're working for the stone. As then Danzo says, how do you have proof? You don't have proof of this. As then Minato drops the papers and he's like, how did you get that? As he says, my spies. As then he points at Naruto, Obito, and Kakashi. As he was like, who are those? As then he's like, who is that? Who are those three kids? And then he says, hey kids, hey guys, take off your mask. As they took off their mask, and he was, what? How did they get in? How did they get it? As then he was like, they're smart kids. You shouldn't doubt him. Cause then he was like, dang it. As then he says, well, Donzo, you would have been going to jail if you're just trying to execute the Uchiha clan and my son for, well, you would be going to jail if you would be going to prison if you tried to execute the Uchiha clan. But my son kinda wanted me to execute you, and since you were a traitor, it made me want to execute you more. So you will be getting public execution. As then he says, Donzo, you will be in custody for a day, and then tomorrow your life will be gone. And then he says, matter of fact, today your life will be gone. As then it's still day. As then they say, as then they go outside. As Minato tells everybody in the village to come in front of his tower. As everybody comes, even the kids, as they see Naruto, Obito, and Kakashi and Itachi standing right on the side of him. As then he says, this guy Danzo, one of the what are their names? One of the council members has been planning to massacre the Uchiha clan, and also kill my son. As everybody gasps, as he says, oh, and plus he has been working with the Stone Village. As then everybody's like, he's a traitor, kill him. As then everybody starts screaming. As he says, yes, he will be getting public execution. As then he says, but these four will do it. As then they say, oh. As then he says, so, kids, get your fair share of hits in. As then Naruto cracks his fingers as well as Itachi. As then Naruto says, Fireball Jutsu. As then it flames him up. And then Obito does the Fireball Jutsu as well. As then he's like he's like burnt. As then he's not dead yet, but he does have third-degree burns all over his body. As he's like as he's screaming, and he's like, I'm sorry, stop. As then he says, now you two finish him. As then Itachi runs at him with a blade, slicing his legs off. As then he's screaming he's screaming in pain, like no, please. As then Kakashi comes and slices off his head. As then Naruto says, hey Obito, should we? As then Obito says, I guess we should. As then they Fireball Jutsu. Actually, Itachi, Obito, and I'm gonna just say they all scream Fireball Jutsu and burns him to crisp. Then there's no body or nothing. As then he does not have a grave at all. He doesn't have nothing. As he does have a grave in the Stone Village, I would say. As Minato is planning to have war with the Stone Village, but he said he thinks that his village needs to get a little bit stronger. So he starts training his village more and more and more and more. And at this point, they're like strong as they're almost Kage level right now. As he didn't want them to be Kage level, but I would say he didn't want everybody Kage level. But they're almost Kage level, and plus Naruto, Obito, Kakashi, and Itachi are Kage level. They're Kage level now. As he's not gonna announce them as Hokage until they get older. But it's oldest to youngest. Yes, oldest to youngest. So I would say Kakashi. I'm gonna say Kakashi is the oldest. Itachi is the second oldest, and then Obito, then Naruto. So basically, Naruto is gonna be the 11th Hokage. Uh, I think I should change that up a little bit because I don't think that's going that long. Never mind. Bro, this man gonna be the 11th Hokage. That's crazy. Or he's gonna be 10th. I think it's 11th. No, because Obito is gonna be the 10th. No, what? No, I'm pretty sure Naruto is gonna be the 10th. Obito is gonna be the 9th. Yeah, so that's 5th. Yeah, Kakashi's gonna be the 5th. Then Itachi's gonna be the 6th. Then Obito's gonna be the 7th. Then Naruto's gonna be the 8th. I'm tripping. He is the 4th Hokage. I was thinking of the 6th. I'm slow. I'm over here, bro. I'm slow. Y'all can roast me all you want. I'm slow. God dang. I think I need to restart school. Dang. Need to restart school early. Gosh dang, what's wrong with my math skills? Dang, I'm on edge, bro. I think I need to hop on Zoom real quick. I think I need to review some math. Hold up, bro. Go to YouTube. Uh, uh, math. Simple math. I'm playing it. 2 plus 2 is 2, and 4 and 4 and 8 and huh? But anyways, again, no, they about to go on a mission, on an ambu mission. But first, Naruto, he wakes up as then he hears a knock on his door. As then he opens the door. As then he sees this. As then, wow, he sees this girl at his door. As then he asks, "What? Who are you? What do you want?" As then she says, hey, you know that guy that you fought? You know that guy that you fought in the training exams? Well, yeah, that was my teammate, and I was wondering, since could we go get some ramen? As he says, yeah, sure. I just have to. He says, I just have to go put on my shirt. As he didn't even notice that he didn't have a shirt on because he was peeking his like head out. As then he says, yeah, I'm going to get a shirt. And then he leaves the door. As then he goes to the door. As he comes out pinning his shirt on, and he got abs, bro. He got that 6-pack. As she started blushing when she sees this. As he puts on his like shirt. Yeah. So as then this is what he puts on. Like he has like bandages under there. He has like a shirt. He has like bandages under his shirt, but he was putting on a shirt. As then he grabs this coat and puts it on. Yeah. And then she says, you look nice. As Naruto says, yeah, I should be saying that about you. As then she blesses her. As then she says, well, as then Naruto says, well, anyways, I can tell that you're from the village hidden in the sand. What are you doing here? As he says, oh, never mind, the tuning exams. As then she says, yeah. As then, as then I go get some ramen or whatever. I hate lovey-dovey stuff, so don't even. Classy dinner, I don't care, bro. Eat some ramen, bro. Who asked, bro? Like, who said I cared? Nobody. But anyways, I guess I'm ramen. She thinks I should tell him tomorrow because I'll be leaving. And then she says, but if I tell him today, she says, shouldn't I stay at Athlete Village? As she goes to ask Gar that, as Gar's dad says, no. As then he says, we can't stay here. As then she says, why can't we? What's his name be? Gara? Gara is a junior now. Okay? As she says, Gara, why can't we go? As then, haha, yes, Gara is Gara the second. Actually, Gara is Gara the first, yes. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, so Gara's dad's name is Gara. So he would be Gara Jr. It's not making any sense for some of y'all, huh? It's kind of breaking my brain right now. I think I'm losing brain cells. I have the IQ of a 2-year-old right now. My brain is hurting. But anyways, and then she says no. As then she says why, God? And then he says you know why. And then she's like, I'm staying here, God. What if I'm staying here? And then he says no, you're not. And then she says yes, I am, and you can change my mind. As then she was about to walk off, but some sand covers her. And then she says, God, let go. And then Gar says, no. He says, you're staying here. As then she says, no, I'm not. She says, fine with me. You can stay here in this pitiful village. And she says, pitiful village, right? Yeah, beat by that guy that you called pathetic. As she says, you're nowhere near his level, Gara. As then Gara's like, he gets mad by this. As then he sends it way better. As then Naruto just strolling in the village. He just, chilling. As he sees this, as she says, fireball jutsu. As then he blows, he evaporates the sand or whatever. Not evaporates. He turns the sand into nothingness. As then Gar's like, it's you. As then he sends sand at him, cutting him in the shoulder. As Naruto was like, you've done it. As then he pulls out his blade that his dad gave him. I'm gonna say his dad died in war. As I don't know what the sword would look like because I'm just gonna say it's a regular sword or katana or whatever. I think he runs at me and she says, I'll kill you. You don't get away. You don't get away with cutting me. Easy. Either I'll kill you or you'll have some serious damage. Like the Gar's like, ha! That's what I like to see from a wimp. And then Gar was like, he was like, what is this pain? As then Gar looks at his hand. As then he looks at his hand, but his hand is on the ground. As then he says, I'll cut your other hand off as well. As he says, and plus, you're trying to fight a girl, huh? You're very pitiful, Gara. As he was like, how do you know my name? I know your name because I know your name. And he says, are you dumb? I can remember it from the tuning exams, you idiot. As then he kicks Gara in the face. As Gara goes sent flying, as he was like, as it's blood running down his face. As then Naruto says, as then he holds his arm. As then she says, I can stop the bleeding. And then he says, thanks. But right now, I want to cut off this guy's leg. Or I should do what I did to that guy, Daganza. As I'm gonna say they heard about this. As he was like, you can never do that to me. And then he says, yeah, I won't. But this is a warning. Ever mess with me again, and next time you're dead. And then he says, hey, you, let's go. And then she says, where? He says, well, obviously you can't stay here with this uh this this Saiyan god. And then she starts laughing. As then Naruto says, come on. As then Naruto goes, and then they go to his house, and nothing like what some of you might think. As Naruto's sleeping on the couch right now, as he's just sleeping in his bed, as Naruto's like, my neck hurts. I don't know why I'm sleeping here. That was my room. And he says, that was my bed. My bed is so comfortable. This couch is so... I need a new couch. I need a couch bed. And he says, that would be much better. As then this man, he goes out of his way just to go buy a mattress. As then he pissed that boy on the floor. As then he's laying down on the floor right now. Then he falls asleep. And then the next day he wakes up. I think he smells something. He was like, let me smell something. As then he looks over as he sees that girl cooking. Y'all need a name for her, okay? I can't just keep saying that. Blondie. Her name will be Blondie from now on until y'all guys find her name. Comment, okay? Comment what her name should be. But for right now, I'm just calling her Blondie because she has blonde hair. Yes. And she says, what are you doing? And she says, cooking. She says, today is the next phase of the training exams, so I assume that you needed energy. And she says, thanks, but shouldn't you be heading to your team to train with them? And she says, well, Gar's already knocked out of the tournament. And she says, so what's the point? And she says, you're not knocked out of the tournament. And I'm gonna say she fought Uncle. She won that fight. No, I'm gonna just say she fought Rin. She won that fight or whatever. And she says, well, shouldn't she be focusing on herself anyways? And then she says, well, yeah, but I don't care. As she says, well, yeah, but I guess I'm kind of a team player. As then he says, yeah. And then she says, hey, I have something to tell you. And she was like, yeah. She says, I kind of like you. And he was like, what? We only known each other for like 3 days. As then she's like, yeah, I know. But you seem like a good person. As she was like, yeah, but yeah, she was like, I'll have to think about it. As he says, no offense though, you are really cute. As then she blushes as Naruto, as then they eat or whatever. As then they training exams start. As I'm gonna say, I'm only gonna say Naruto and Obito's fight. obviously Kakashi's gonna win. Actually, no. This is the forest of death. The forest of death takes off. I was gonna run into a team, smacking them instantly, and they have one of the scrolls. As then they go farther and farther, and about 5 minutes later, they run into another team. As then they take them down, and now they have the scrolls. As then they go back. As then they win before any other team by a second. Gar's team shows up. As Gar's like, you. As he looks at Blondie and says, if you would have never screwed up, we would have been here before them. We would have won. As she says, it's not my fault that you fell off of a tree and I had to heal you. As then he says, we do not speak about that. As then she says, oh, you fell on your face. You fell off a tree. You fell on your face. You fell off a tree. As then Garva got irritated by this. And she says, well, stop mocking me. I should be mocking you. You take so long. You took 30 seconds. You took at least 30 seconds to heal me. And she says, yeah, you know why I took 30 seconds? Because you broke your bones. As he's like, we did not talk about that. As she says, you fell off a tree and broke your bones. How did that even happen? I thought you were the big Gara. I thought you were so strong and the big Gara and the big Gara. As then he says, we do not speak about that, okay? He says, I simply slipped and fell. And she said, yeah, falling straight, flat on your faces. Definitely. And she like, he says, who gives you about this? And she says, where? In the sand village? Because I'm not going. And then he was like, And then their other teammates said, stop fighting. Then the rest of the teams come like 20 minutes later or whatever. As then Naruto team comes in first, or Minato team coming first, and then Gar's team. As then Gar is mad by this as he runs at Obito sitting and flying. As then he says, as the Naruto says, you're so weak that you have to target my brother instead of me. He says, you can't face me head on. As then he says, no, that's not what I did. No, he says, no. As then Gar starts shaking as he looks at his hand that he cut off. As he says, that just aggravated me more. You touched my brother instead of me because you're a scared wimp. As then he cuts off his other hand, saying, that's two. Next time I encounter you doing something dumb like this, you're guaranteed to be dead. As Gara, he's like, screaming in pain. He just dips, you know. As then I will be ending it off. This cliffhanger. My fault. I had to leave it on a cliffhanger. Yeah, but this will be out where I ended off. I have been recording for almost an hour, and I kind of want to watch Naruto or some type of other anime. So, peace. Hee hee.